and welcome. I'm Ariane and I'm here with Jessica Ortner. She's an extraordinary young film producer of a wonderful film called Try It On Everything. I'm going to ask her a few questions about change in her own life, transitions that she's made, just to give us a sense of what that journey has been like for her. Jessica, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Jessica, what's the very best change that you've ever made in your life?
Well, I say often it was leaving school for me. I was in college and I wasn't happy and I went to follow my dream. And it's not about whether it's school, because a lot of times people are in a job they don't like. We find ourselves in places where we think we're supposed to be. So it's about listening to that inner voice and taking the steps forward.
Was it also the most difficult change?
Yes. Yes, it was difficult because now you're a college dropout and people are all wondering, but a lot of times what you think people are saying is more about what you think about yourself than what is actually going on, and that's something I had to learn through the process.
With all the change that's happened for you in the last couple of years, what are some of your most fundamental beliefs that you have that keep you going while you're going through times of change?
Is that everything is for a greater good. And I believe it with all my heart. I have to remind myself of it sometimes. But when I'm going through a hard time, I just tell myself, this is a phase, this will pass in the long timeline of my life. This is a little bit, and it's for a greater outcome.
How have you seen yourself change through this journey? Are you very different than you were a few years ago?
Huge, huge. I think when you take the steps to follow your dreams, it's not just about the business choices that you make, but it's about the personal choices that you make. And man, does leaping out and following your dreams really make you face what you fear. And so I had to face a lot of, I would call them my demons, like you say, the change demons. So definitely had to face a lot of those.
How has being an entrepreneur, being a filmmaker, pursuing a dream, how do you find it's changed people around you who know you?
Well, what I like sometimes is that it hasn't. I'm still the kind of goofy Jessie they've known since middle school with some of my friends. And I think it's important to have a core family where you're you, and even though you have all this success, it doesn't change, the core being, it doesn't define us.
If I could look in your toolbox of just things that you rely on that get you through big highs, big lows, real just transitional times that I think everyone's going through right now, what's in your toolbox?
Well, obviously tapping is the first thing, which is what my movie's about, because it has transformed my life. Because it gives you the ability to be honest with your feelings and to actually address them. So I would say that tapping has been a huge one, and mentors. If you want to be a certain way, go and reach out to someone else who maybe has that job that you want or is living the life that you want, and get advice. We don't have to do it alone.
Any changes you would like to see happen for yourself in the next year, 2 years?
Any changes? I would like to be, they always say that success is a habit. So I'd like to be able to get into being able to continue this and have that habit, and to know that if I fall off the wagon, I can, get back up again. But to make this, making this movie, jumping into the next project and using what I learned.
Is there something you'd like to see changed in the world, in the country, in your community? Something that's really important kind of calling you right now?
Yeah, I would say compassion. I think a lot of times compassion also means that we have faith in other people. We have faith that other people know what's right for them. So if I could see any change in the world, I would just make sure that we really stand up for people's rights, whether it's people's rights to choose, people's rights to get married, but people's ability to make the personal decisions that they want to make.
Thank you, Jess. And we honor you and acknowledge you for the decisions that you've made so far. And I know a lot of our viewers are going to be watching you for many years to come.
Thanks, Ariane.
Thank you so much for watching.